Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of the Sword of Hope 2 for the Nintendo Game Boy. Last episode, we started exploring the tower here of the bird people, and we got to the final floor here, the 4th floor, but we didn't do anything on the floor, so you had to climb these vines from the 3rd floor. So it's weird, you climb up the left vine, and you run into bees, and so you think, oh, if I climb down the left vine here, you run into the bees. But if you climb down the right vine, so I guess it's the perspective. I guess Theo is facing the tower when he climbs up, and then he's facing outside the tower when he climbs down. So, but yeah, you can still run into the bees. Don't take the middle one, at least just yet. The middle one, no matter what floor you take it from, it's slippy, and you'll slip down to this garden on the 1st floor. So we'll be exploring that. We want to take care of everything here on the 4th floor. That way we don't have to backtrack through the tower to get back to the 4th floor here, and basically we can just exit then from the garden. Got another mimic. Here's the elevator. The elevator did not go up to the 4th floor, but we can ride it down to the 1st floor after we get the floater stone, the Hishosheki. I just call it the floater because that's basically what it is. After that, the elevator will open up and you'll be able to take it through the entire tower, but we're not really gonna use it. We'll just slide down that vine, the middle vine, and go to the garden. There's some treasure down there, and if you want to do some extra level grinding, which might not be a bad idea, because the enemies in the castle, the final dungeon, are pretty tough. There's a healing spot down there that restores your hit points and magic points. So it's potentially a good place, like I said, to do some level grinding. I'll do some level grinding though in the castle, the final dungeon. First, let's take out this boss right here, the Red Eye. He wants the stone, and he's not that much of a problem. Especially now that Theo has that Empower spell that basically fortifies everybody. So until everybody's fortified, Mute will just use the Destruction Cane, Layl will just straight up attack. Or Layl, I keep calling her Layla, but just... I wonder just, if they really meant Layla, they just couldn't fit it in. Because if you notice, everybody else's name is all 4 letters. Theo, Mute, Nina, Bogey. Now everybody is empowered. This guy's gonna fall really, really easily. Still haven't. He's just gonna heal Theo. Not necessarily for this battle, but we might get into more battles between here and when we actually reach that healing point down in the garden. So might as well just heal up now. Any damage that Mute would have done would have been just excess, because I knew that Theo was going to kill Red Eye there. So this is why we needed that family crest. As you can see on the left side, you look at the wall, there's an inverted triangle carved in there. And that's a perfect place to slide the family crest that we got. So we put that family crest in there, and that will shut off that barrier. Now we can head on in and grab the floater. Once we get the floater, we can take it back, like I said, to Dr. Normal, and he will prepare the airship for us. Also, like I said, grabbing the floater will open up the elevator here. So yeah, now the elevator is open, and you can go in the elevator and use it to go to any floor. We are going to head down to the garden, though. The last section of the tower that we didn't explore. Grab the middle vine, more liches, and it's all good. Don't have to worry about them because, like I said, we're going to heal ourselves up real quick. I have to look at the ivy though to bring up the option to climb down. Oop, we slip down the slippy sap, and we end up in the garden. Now you don't want to head east right away because that takes you right to the front of the tower. We want to go to the left and actually head in and explore the mystery tower. 2 treasure boxes here. The Thunder Cane, so that'll take over for the Lightning Cane, because the Thunder Cane hits all enemies now. No, not all enemies, but an entire group of enemies. So we can end up selling that cane of lightning. And then we'll get the final boomerang here in the game. The silver boomerang, but it is obsoleted by all those canes. So it's just going to be basically something to sell for money. Of course, not that we really need money, because nothing for us to really buy. The only thing you would be buying at this point in the game would be like healing items, if you needed more healing items, like between level grinding. Once we get out onto the tree, we cast the teleport spell, teleport back to Farb Island. That is where, like I said, where Dr. Normal is at. But before we go see Dr. Normal, I'm just going to sell some stuff, go to the weapon shop, sell a bunch of things, like that cane of lightning that I got, the Mute's old fire sword, the silver boomerang. I'll get a few more canes in the final dungeon, so that's I'll probably get that treasure and then kind of clear out most of the final dungeon, sell the stuff, then do the level grinding. Here's the shopkeeper. Just fast forward, get through all this stuff here. Don't need the cane of lightning anymore. Chill cane, don't need that anymore, because that casts the ice elemental. But if anything's like resistant to, there's nothing that isn't resistant to lightning that you need the ice for instead, so yeah, you're just better off using the cane of thunder there rather than the chill cane. And into lots of encounters here. I don't think anyone's close to a level though. We're close to, I think we're about 3/4 of the way maxing out those coins. So even though we used them all before we went exploring, see, we got getting quite a bit back from all the fighting we've done. So you have to give the floater to Dr. Normal, and then afterwards talk with him again, and then he'll basically tell you that he finished the airship. And that is our cue to head over to the airship. And the airship is just a one-way trip right to the floating island where Zakdos' castle is. Bunch of brand new enemies in there that are really tough, and one of the reasons why they are they're really tough is some of them actually cast that fortify spell, and enemies also have a weaken spell, which basically is the opposite of the fortify and power spell, where it basically decreases your stats by a whole bunch. So you see I just was showing off the silver boomerang there. Much better just to use one of the canes. You just got it so late. I mean, we could have bought it earlier, but even still, getting it like so late after all those good canes are available, kind of really obsoletes it. I mean, the boomerang and the first boomerang got the copper boomerang, which is the second boomerang, where you can get it at the first tool store. That was pretty decent for like the first little bit until we got some canes. Let's board the airship. And even though we just encountered this airship, we know how to fly it. Maybe it has autopilot. I don't know. But here we're going to use an item we haven't really used in a long time. We got this a long time ago. We got this from the Pixies at the water bell. From the Elder. Well, the door matches the symbol on the bell of water. So we use the bell of water. And that opens the door. Let's just get into Zakdos' castle, where he will greet us with a warning. Basically telling us to turn around, but we've gone way too far to give up our quest right now. So let's head on in the castle and hear what Zakdos has to say. As Theo stepped into the castle, a voice rasped. Prince Theo, you have come further than I expected. But still, you've no hope against my power. Turn back now or forfeit your life and that of your friends. But if we do that, then eventually you'll kill us anyway. So we got these evil liches again. Once again, want to use that anti-magic spell on them. The anti-magic spell will also be good because it can help take out the magic of the killer animal there. They can use a healing spell. We'll see the good use of the Cane of Thunder here. Hits all the enemies, but they just have good magic resistance. Even the the Cane of Destruction doesn't do too much of them to them. And that stinks. We missed stripping the second Lich of Magic. And the way when you fight on these things, you always go from left to right, so you go from 1 to 2 to 3. So it's not like we can target Lich 2, try to get rid of him, because he's the only one with magic. But we'll eventually get through this battle. Let's see that we already stopped the killer animal from using that one spell, so extra bonus. I'm just gonna take out the Liches. Killer animal, and I'll show us stats when the Liches get a little lower in number. Mute does a lot better damage with that cane. He must have a different formula for using the cane than Theo and Layla. For damage as well with physical attacks. Right now I can see the killer animal stats here because we're kind of got the place a little less crowded. There we go. 78 hit points. So it'll probably take 2 hits for us to take it out. Chain of Destruction on it. It has no resistances. So we can deal some decent damage with it. Of course, with a few more levels, you'd probably be able to one-shot that guy. Now, basically, you want to be around level 27, 28 for your characters to finish the game. So I guess Zakdos was right when he says that, we're not strong enough to fight him now. But we should probably gain maybe a level or 2 just exploring the castle. There's 5 floors, but the 5th floor is really, really tiny. And the floors are a little bit weird. There's 2 ways to get to the 2nd floor, so we're going to basically go this way and kind of loop one side and then explore the other passages in the next episode. We want to heal ourselves up here real quick because we have a pretty tough enemy here. We got these metal mimics, which is the upgraded mimic. In the regular game, Sword of Hope 1, there was mimics, then there was M mimics, which I guess was metal mimics, and then there was D mimics, which maybe demon mimics. We only go up to metal mimics in this game, but they are really tough. They hit hard, they have really high defense because they're made of metal. So even with stuff like the Cane of Destruction and him in with Theo and Layla, we're gonna probably need to cast the Empower spell, at least until we gain a few more levels, to help take these guys out. Luckily though, this Mimic does end up hitting Mute, knocking Mute out. But luckily at this point in time, Layla has also learned a recovery spell. So she can bring somebody back from being wounded in battle. Mimic is Metal Mimics are almost like a little mini boss. Speaking of mini bosses, when we get to the end, in order to advance, there's going to be these demon brothers. They're kind of like a mini boss, basically. You have to defeat all of them to advance. And then Zakdos also has some little minions protecting him. Not a lot of regular enemies that left to deal with. We have, and the new enemies will start basically appearing on the 3rd and 4th floor. There's basically 4 new regular type of enemies to encounter. And then we got, the final boss Zakdos, 3 type of mini bosses, and then a secret boss. Spoil that one. Well, I guess it's not really a secret boss, but all this time we've just been hearing about Zakdos being the big evil. Well, there's gonna be something behind him as well. Alright, we finally took care of that metal mimic. Nice. I'm gonna go over to the east. And probably there's 2 ways to go through to get to the 2nd floor. Because they ran out of MP to cast the exit. As you can see, there's some doors that close behind us. Reminds me of Sword of Hope 1, when we were in the swamp cave looking for the moon fragment for Shabo. Sometimes doors will close behind us and make us basically turn passages into one-way passages. So here we are on the 2nd floor. This is where we'll pick up in our next episode. And I'll see you then. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.